What is going on, everybody? I almost forgot that I pressed the start button. I pressed the start button, looked over at the national championship game to see Clemson scoring, and then I was like, wait, I pressed the start button. So I almost forgot. You almost heard awkward silence, but good thing I'm a pro and I know what I'm doing. Um, but anyway, I'm excited. I'm excited to get into the Baltimore Colts show this week. I don't know if Casey's excited, but I know I'm excited. Casey, are you excited? Oh, okay. Well, I can't say I'm excited. We complain about this all day. We complain about this for at least a week. So so I'm not necessarily excited, but it's another video for the good people of the ICWP land. So I mean, I can't be too mad, right? Right? Maybe, probably, probably still can be too mad.
It's
But
terrible. The absolute worst.
it is. I hate. These playoffs kind of suck. I'm not gonna lie. These playoffs kind of suck. I'm not excited. Um, but you strap yourselves in because the Baltimore Coach Show, episode 6, is coming to you right after this.
And I'm finished playing, take that in and let it soak. I got these people shook like they were looking at a ghost. Yeah, I could change my ways, but it's too late now. No, I won't look back. No, I won't back.
Alrighty, guys, I'm excited. I'm still excited. I don't know why, but I am. We're live and in living color for the Baltimore Colts show. There's no more Baltimore and there's no more Colts in these playoffs, unless in spirit. I guess we could say they are technically there in spirit. But man, let's jump into last week's games real quick. I know. Do we have to? Yes, we do. Uh, last week I don't know. Okay, last week was pretty bad for me too. The Texans won, which I was happy about. I didn't expect the Raiders to win. I told Casey last week and the week before that when the car broke down that the Raider raid was soiled. I'm just saying, like once the quarterback goes down, like that was the issue with the Raiders initially anyway, wasn't it? Like, yeah, they had salary cap issues. Yeah, they can talk about all the other issues they had, but the main reason why you don't win is your quarterback. It just is. Um, and then the Detroit Lions got killed by the Seahawks. That was sad. That was just sad. I was like, yeah, the Detroit, let's go. And the bad part is, like, Detroit looked decent in that game. They just only scored 6 points. Miami versus Pittsburgh. Oh, oh, no, no. All right, and Green Bay versus the Giants. Wow, I don't know if there was a game that wasn't a blowout this week. The closest one was the Raiders versus the Texans, but I don't know if there was a game that was close last week. But I like that Brock Osweiler looks pretty good this week or last week. That makes you feel a little bit better going into this week's game against New England. But I don't know. It's still New England. But Casey, thoughts on last week?
Well, well, well.
Well,
Um, you know, so we'll go sort of in order. Kind of. No, it's not in order. Going AFC and then NFC. But anyway, Oakland versus Houston. Honestly, the beginning of the game, it felt like it was going to be a really defensive game, and I was like, okay, like this, we could. If it continues to be a defensive game, we could possibly still, it's not going to be a super high.
you knew go Casey. Stop it. Stop with the optimism. You knew
No, 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 no.
that the Raiders were going to lose that game.
Don't you say that. Don't you try that. You knew. No. If they just put that McGloin in this game.
Stop it. Wait, stop. There's a reason he's not a starting quarterback.
Because he's hurt. That's why.
No, why was he signed as a backup? Just wondering. If that's the only reason. I'm just curious.
Why was he signed as a backup? So all the great quarterbacks started as backups. I'm just saying.
I mean, Brian Hoyer, he's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Shut up. No, it was bad, but we had sparks. In the fourth quarter when it was already.
Y'all didn't. The
We
sparks
did.
were out.
We did.
The
In
sparks
the
were
fourth-
out, bro.
We had some sparks in the fourth
This
quarter.
man, no, there were no sparks. Like, stop it.
In the fourth quarter, when it was already too late, we had the spark. It was there, and it was just the time, the clock. It was just too low. They needed to heighten that thing. Give us some
What
more
do you mean
time.
there were no sparks?
We
Is that what you're saying?
there was a spark. It was just too late. Shut up. But no, I'm upset that Oakland didn't win, but I would rather Houston go up against New England. They're healthier. They have a chance to.
The defense is oodles better.
Oh God, I really don't want New England to. Anyway, Miami, Pittsburgh. Damn it. Just
The fans disappoint.
again in the fourth quarter felt like a spark, but again too late by that point. Detroit, just come on, Detroit. You've been so good all year, and
Yeah.
I'm still saying it. Seattle is not as good. And then I don't know. I thought Green Bay in New York was going to be a better game and not a blowout, and then it was a blowout. But Green Bay won, and I wanted Green Bay to win. The only prediction I made was Green Bay won, and they won. Yeah. So hey, one added. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, we won't anymore. Let's move on to the divisional round. We're starting out with Seattle. The Seahawks going up against Atlanta. In Atlanta, I think Atlanta wins, man. in a weird turn of events. I don't know if the podcast saw uh, the Matt Ryan I hated. I don't know. I don't know if the podcast saw the hatred of Matt Ryan from me. I don't know if the podcast land got to see that. So for a while there, I hated Matt Ryan. I despised the man. Then they started to suck. I felt a little bad for him. So I stopped hating him as much. But I mean, I think they could. I think it's a possibility that they could. Now, do I trust that defense enough to win a title? No. Not at all. That defense is real bad. But I think they're going to win at least this week. I think you don't get that first round bye for nothing, Atlanta. You come out here and you win. You come out here and you beat those Seahawks. Because I agree, Casey. I don't think the Seahawks are as good as we thought they were. I just don't. I mean, they can look good against a terrible defense in Detroit. That's all people talked about was how bad Detroit's defense was. So I'm going with Atlanta. I'm doing it. Oh man, that's tough, but I'm doing it. Casey.
Yeah, I think even to an extent, I feel like we see shades of Seattle's defense not even having some cracks and things like that. That's all you hear about is their defense and how good it is. The Legion of Boom, but I feel like we've seen some hints that maybe they're not as good as we thought they were.
Like all year.
Yeah, but Seahawks fans, they'll still say they're the greatest of all time, and a lot of other people for some reason. But I'm going with Atlanta. They're at home. They tend to seem to play better at home, as most teams do. But there's something about Atlanta at home. I think they're gonna take it and go to the NFC conference game and lose, and lose, and it's probably.
You think they're gonna lose to Dallas / Green Bay?
Yes, they're gonna lose to Dallas Bay.
Okay. 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 Dallas, baby, maybe,
Da-
maybe.
it could be
May-
Dallas, baby.
Let's jump into the next match. Next game we have. Next match in the soccer that we have. Next game we have, which is the Houston Texans going up against the New England Patriots. Please, I would say the same thing I said to the Dolphins last week, but this is in a different regard. Please, Houston, please win this game. I think Houston's defense has all the ability to stop Tom Brady. They're the number one defense in the league now because the Ravens are out of the playoffs, so they can't be technically. So but they're the number one defense in the league, and they play very well. I think with Houston, you don't worry about what they can do defensively. I think you worry more about what they can do offensively. Um, and can Brock Osweiler play consistent enough for the Houston Texans to win? And I hope he can because I think he can. I think he can. I think he can. I think he can. But I feel like I don't know. This is kind of a toss-up game. Like I think it's definitely closer than it appears with Houston, but because I mean Houston does play in like the worst division in football. I'm just gonna throw that out there now. But I'm going. I'm going with Houston. I'm gonna do it. I'm going with Houston. Casey.
Yeah, the fan in me, and the hater of the New England Patriots, and just I think they're better defensively anyway, because their defense does look really good. I know JJ Watt's out, and usually when you have a big uh, player like that out, your defense or offense, whatever they're playing on, tends to look like they're struggling a lot. But I don't feel like Houston. They might even look better since he's been out, and that just could be because they want to show everyone that just because they lost one player doesn't mean that they're any worse. I mean, they just look at the Oakland game. They played really well, and I hope New England's obviously going to cheat somehow, but the Deflate Gate, maybe recording practices. I'm wondering what they're going to do this year. What's the new scandal they're going to pull? Do you have any thoughts on that, DJ? Any predictions on the cheating ways of the New England Patriots?
I think they're gonna fill the balls with lead so you can't throw them. It's gonna go the obvious route this time. Like they're not even gonna sneak it around. They're gonna go the obvious route. They're gonna change the grip on the ball so you can't, so you can't hold on to it.
Wait, are they playing in New England?
Yes.
They're gonna put the field at a slight incline, and they're gonna put magnets at one end and put magnets in the ball at that same. It's
Oh god.
No, I'm going with Houston. I really want Houston to win. I just don't want. Oh, please God, not New England.
I don't think New England's as good of a playoff team as people think they are. Like not recently. Like yes, they won the Super Bowl. What 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago now? Was it last year? Was it last year?
It was last year.
Okay, what's last year? But yeah, like I mean, but I still don't think they're like before last year. They struggled in the playoffs, so I don't think
cheated last year too. So
what
they cheated last year too.
that's true. They always do. But let's jump into Pittsburgh versus Kansas City. Please, Kansas City. For once in my life, I'm picking you. Please. I just don't want to see Pittsburgh go any farther. I hate Pittsburgh with every passion I can have in my body. I hate Pittsburgh. I hate the city. I hate the fans. I hate the people who think about Pittsburgh. I hate the people on Facebook who post about Pittsburgh. Anything you have to do with Pittsburgh, I probably hate you. I hate Pittsburgh. They absolutely suck.
Do you hate Amy because she went to Pittsburgh?
Yes, she went to Pittsburgh. I hate it. You don't go to that freaking Forsaken City. Yeah. No, I'm going with Kansas City though. I think Kansas City, that home field is like no other. I think they are. I think they actually are the loudest stadium, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I think they beat out Seattle at one point this year. I think it was, but I gotta go with Kansas City. I think they're gonna win. It's tough to play them at home. It's one thing playing Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, but it's another when they have to go on the road, especially in a playoff game. It's late in the season. You're banged up, and KC got a chance to chill out a little bit. They got a chance to kind of hopefully not go to Orlando before a really cold game. Odell Beckham. But I'm going or Miami. Sorry, my fault. But still, I'm going with Kansas City. Casey.
Anyway, yeah, I'm going with Kansas City. I don't hate Pittsburgh the same way that DJ does.
I do. I hate him. I hate him like I hate Michael Tarver. Actually, it's probably worse.
That reminds me of the hashtag things that are going to happen before Emelina debuts. DJ will understand and appreciate the amazingness that is Michael Tarver. But I don't want to see Pittsburgh go and win another championship. I mean, obviously they're not as bad as like New England, with their 80,000 that they cheated for most of them. But I would rather see a team that hasn't been there in a while. I think Kansas City's only been there once or twice, if I'm not mistaken. So it would be cool to see them make it to the Super Bowl. So I'm picking Kansas City.
Don't let Justin hear you. All right, last game. We got the Green Bay Packers going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Please, Green Bay, shut the Cowboys fans up, please. Like, think about this, Casey. Just let this kind of just develop in your mind a little bit. Just imagine the great season that the Dallas Cowboys have had, and they lose in the first round. They can actually play in the playoffs. I mean, just imagine that. Wouldn't that just be glorious? Like that would be almost to the standards of Bobby Roode. I mean, I'm just saying, Casey. I think I would genuinely enjoy watching them lose in the first round. I know they're playing Aaron Rodgers, the greatest quarterback of all time, who had down numbers, but still is the greatest quarterback of all time. But I'm gonna go with Green Bay. I'm doing it. I can't. No, they're not as good as we thought they were. They're just not. We're gonna watch Dez Bryant go up for a catch and not make a football move, and that's gonna, basically delete them from the playoffs. That's what's gonna happen. The Dallas Cowboys are not as good as we thought they were. It would be so glorious. I need this to happen. Because I wonder what they'll say then. Oh, yeah, we'll get them next year, guys. Yeah, we'll get them next year. We were a really good team this year. We still going to – no, let's be honest, Casey. They'll probably be like, we're still going to win the championship. They'll be out. They'll be out of the playoffs. They'll be like, we're still going to win the championship. It's still going to happen somehow. But anyway, Casey, Cowboys, Packers. Ho, ho, ho.
I like where you're going with that. I like your whole argument. I do. I'm going with people are not gonna like the way that I say this.
Oh God.
People don't like when I say Tampa Bay sometimes.
Oh, okay, I thought you were gonna go Cowboy.
No. I'm gonna go with the Big D. I'm going with Dallas.
Why?
Because I can.
Why? Why? I don't understand.
I'm going with
Same doggone team. They was in 2012, and Tony Romo don't get no credit for that team. So why be giving Dak Prescott any credit?
because Dak is better.
He's not.
He is,
He's really not. He's just a different style quarterback.
which is better.
That's not. That's not. Okay, you're telling me that Alex Smith is better than give me an insert quarterback. Andrew Luck.
No, I'm not.
Well, why? Andrew, they're different, two different style quarterbacks. Alex Smith's a game manager, as they say, and Andrew Luck's more of a gunslinger.
Because he do the gunslinging better than than Alex Smith does anything.
Alex Smith in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, that's because Andrew he hurt. He not at 100%, and he didn't want to play in the playoffs unless he was 100%. That's why that they didn't. Yeah,
So they didn't just suck. They weren't just terrible. They were.
look at this game, 21-24. Look at that. Look at that score.
It's on commercial. it's
It's actually not on commercial on my TV.
It actually just came back. It actually just came back on. You're alive. Anyway, but I'm definitely excited. I would love to see now that we're in the close to the final ish round ish. I would love to see Kansas City versus Atlanta or Houston versus Atlanta. Anybody versus Atlanta. I wouldn't be mad with Green Bay. I guess I would be mad. I mean, he is the greatest quarterback that ever lived.
You know what? I'm calling it right now. It's gonna be Houston versus Dallas.
That would be cool. I don't want to see it. It would be cool, Battle of Texas and all, but I don't. Oh God, I don't even want to see Dallas fans if they just make it to the Super Bowl. Like they can make it to the Super Bowl and half their team get injured before the game. I still wouldn't want to see them. But
What if they get completely blown out?
in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I mean that wouldn't be bad. But I still don't want to. I just don't want to see them go.
Like 56-0.
I mean, it could happen, but I don't know. But anyway, that was your divisional round predictions. I'm kind of excited, I guess, more than now we've kind of talked about it a little bit. I want to see Dallas lose. I want to see Pittsburgh lose. I want to see New England lose, and I want to see Seattle lose. I mean, that's just a thing I want to see. I want to see all my predictions come true this week. That's all I need. That's all I need, Casey. But anyway,
Okay. It's probably not going to happen.
it is. Dallas is gonna lose. New England's gonna lose.
I can almost be sure that Dallas is not going to lose.
Dallas' defense is shaky.
Yeah.
And Aaron Rodgers is the greatest quarterback of all time. Haven't you heard?
I don't know.
Have you not heard?
That Dak though. That Dak.
Dak ain't Aaron Rodgers though. Like I ain't as high on Aaron Rodgers as everybody else is, but Dak ain't no Aaron Rodgers. like stop it.
He real good. He real good.
He don't botch.
He don't botch. He real smooth. He real smooth.
He real stiff.
He real stiff in the pocket. He real.
Anyway, that's it. That was your Baltimore Colts show for the divisional round. Be sure to subscribe for more Baltimore Colts action or coverage or NFL stuff. I think we're gonna do NBA playoffs. It's NBA playoffs when they come around. We're gonna say we're gonna do them, but then we're not. And I think we're going to do March Madness predictions whenever that comes around. We probably won't, but whenever that comes around, like I don't know.
I think probably in March.
I mean, we're gonna do that as well. But until then, we will see you guys next week for the conference finals. That's about it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for more. We'll see you guys later. This was your Baltimore Colts show. See you soon.